All righty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jarrod Wilkins. I am so excited and very honored and blessed to just really share this sacred space and time with each and every one of you. I know we've had some tremendous sessions so far, and I just want to come on and add what I call transferable truths that you can apply not only to your business, but really to your life. You know, the title of my talk this evening is Prospering During a Pandemic. The reason why I want to talk about that is, I don't know where you are in your business career or where you are in life, but 2020 has been an interesting year to say the least. I remember listening to the late Jim Rohn years and years ago. Jim Rohn says, I can predict where life and where the world will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I can tell you it will be comprised upon two things: opportunity mixed with difficulty. If you were to surmise what 2020 has looked like, it has really been opportunity mixed with difficulty. And ladies and gentlemen, in your business, it will be the same. I've been in this profession for the last 16 years. As a matter of fact, this month, August, I celebrated 16 years of being involved in the network marketing profession. And I'd love to tell you that, we've achieved all that we've achieved, and it happens so effortlessly. I like to tell you that we just, put a couple of posts on social media. I love to tell you that, I went online and added a couple of friends, or did the ATM method, or, went live and people joined my business from all over the world. But that's not the truth, because the truth of the matter is this: for the first 6 years, I never made $100,000, not a year, but combined, in my first 6 years in this career. And I tell people all the time, and I want you to write this down, ladies and gentlemen: success does not happen overnight. It happens night after night. Because although in that first 6 years we didn't earn $100,000 combined, what we did learn is the principles, the philosophies, the mindset that is required to become a 6 and even a 7-figure earner in this profession. And that's what I want to share with you today. I think for many of you, the how-tos of how to do this and where to find people and how to talk to people, all of those things are important, but they are not as significant as the why-to. For the next few moments, I want to just illuminate for your understanding. Those of you taking notes, hopefully you've got notepad and pen out. For those of you that are utilizing your notepads, make sure you write this down. To think is to put it in ink. I want to share with you something that a mentor of mine shared with me 16 years ago that really transformed my way of thinking, that took us from not earning 6 figures in 6 years, not earning 6 figures combined in 6 years, to now where we've put ourselves in a position in our business where we've had several months of close to 6 figures for the month. I want to talk to you about the transformation that must take place in your mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the 4 philosophies of a 6 and a 7-figure earner. 4 philosophies. Number 1, I want you to understand that philosophy is really a way of thinking. Please write that down. Your philosophy is your way of thinking. I never forget my mentor telling me at the time he was earning over $1 million a month in commissions as a distributor. And he told me, Jarrod, he said, because we had a little back and forth. Sometimes as you're dealing with people and learning from people, sometimes you don't always think the way they think. You don't see what they see. You don't feel what it is that they feel. And oftentimes that can be a disconnect. And I never forget him telling me, as we were debating about some things that he wanted me to do, and he says, Jarrod, listen, if I thought like you, I would have your income. But if you thought like me, you would have mine. And that hit me. But I want to give you the thinking that he gave me. It was Albert Einstein, and I want you to write this down. Albert Einstein said, the thinking that has brought you this far has created some problems that your current thinking cannot solve. Let me say it one more time. The thinking that has brought you this far has created some problems that your current thinking cannot solve. In other words, in order for you to go to the next level in your business, in order for you to prosper through and during this pandemic, And we all have suffered our own personal pandemics, whether that pandemic has to do with you not being able to succeed in your business, whether that pandemic has been your business being completely wiped out, whether that pandemic is, suffering from the ailments and the plagues of what's taking place. I want you to understand, in the words of that Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, that dealt with cancer for the last 4 years as he was making the Marvel comic movie, The Black Panther, as he was giving us illustrations of a life well lived while suffering in silence. There's sometimes that your thoughts have to be stronger in order for you to prosper during a pandemic. Philosophy number one is you have to picture your success. Picture your success. It does not matter, ladies and gentlemen, what is the greatest technique and what is the greatest online or even offline strategy to building. I can tell you right now, if you don't have up pictures of where it is that you want to go, what you're going to continue to do is replay the past pains and failures of your life. You can either instant pre-play or always instant replay. Instant replay means I'm thinking about who didn't join. I'm thinking about who didn't answer. I'm thinking about who didn't get started with me. I'm thinking about the people that quit versus instant pre-play. I'm falling in love with the future of where I'm going. Number one philosophy to becoming a 6 or 7 figure earner is you have to picture it. It has to be on your mind day in and day out. One mentor of mine, Dr. Mike Murdoch, said this, and I want you to write this down. Keep in front of you what you want inside of you. Did you hear me? Keep in front of you what you want inside of you. Why is that? Because what's going to take place inadvertently in this business, what's going to take place in your career is you're going to have people that are trying and doing their best to cause you to believe that you're not good enough. You're going to have people talk to you and ridicule. Oh, that won't work. Somebody I know tried one of those things. Oh, nobody's going to join. Oh, that's overpriced. No one's getting started now. And you are going to have the right mindset and the right philosophies to prosper during this pandemic. Philosophy number two is you must be willing to decide. You have to decide what you're willing to give up. You must decide what you're willing to give up. What do I mean by that? It's called a sacrifice. And I want you to write this down because most people, they misinterpret, as I did for so many years of my career, why it took me so long to start understanding this business. I did not understand the difference, write this down, between a temporary inconvenience versus a sacrifice. A sacrifice means it hurts. Shucks. A sacrifice means it hurts. It hurts to leave my family for hours out of the day. It hurts to leave my child. It hurts to leave my mother. It hurts to leave my wife. It hurts to leave my husband. It hurts to leave and be gone for weeks or months at a time, to go do events, to go do seminars and workshops. It hurts to have to turn off this television. It hurts to have to leave that job. It must hurt. There's a sacrifice that must be paid for success. You got to decide what you're willing to give up. Some of you are going to have to give up television time. Some of you are going to have to give up aimless scrolling time on social media. Some of you, you're going to have to give up time with different friends and family members that are negative, that are disempowering. Why? Because the story that you tell yourself and the story that you believe yourself, that you tell yourself and that you believe inside of yourself would determine what it is that you begin to promote and what you begin to project. Write this down, please. You cannot start attracting until you become attractive. Did you listen to me? You cannot start attracting until you become attractive. How do I become attractive? I've got to sacrifice things and people and projects that make me comfortable. Philosophy number three, pick a champion. Pick a champion, pick a mentor, pick a champion, pick a person, a man or woman that you can model. Because success oftentimes is hard to draw, but it's easy to trace. Would you write that down? Success oftentimes is hard to draw, but it is easy to trace. You have to learn, ladies and gentlemen, How to pick a champion. Who is the person that is succeeding at a high level in your business? Who is that lady? Who is that man that's really building it from scratch? I'm not talking about the person that's getting hooked up, getting placements. I'm not talking about the person, and I want you to understand and write this down. Stop comparing yourself to a person whose upline is building their business. Let me say it again. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else whose upline is building their entire business. No, 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 no. That's not a fair comparison. I want to look at the person who got started, whether you're building a binary, you're building a unilevel, you're building a stair step, you're building a matrix, it doesn't matter. Show me the man, show me the woman that is building, not the business, but building people, because if you build the people will build the business. Pick a champion. And I want you to challenge yourself in understanding that oftentimes the champion that you pick will challenge you. The champion that you pick will challenge you. And you have to understand in our business that the person that you choose as the champion is here to challenge you, because if they don't challenge you, they will never change you. And the fourth and final philosophy to becoming a 6 and a 7-figure earner is plan your work and work your plan. Plan your work, work your plan. Plan your work, work your plan. Whatever the plan is. And here's what you got to be very careful in our business not to do. Don't start looking at what she's doing, what he's doing, what they're doing. You've got to get focused. It's not hocus pocus. It is focus, focus. F-O-C-U-S. Following one course until successful. Because whatever you run away from, you will always run back into. Let me say it again. Whatever challenges you run away from, you will always run back into. I remember this story, and I'm closing, of a dog and an elephant. They got pregnant about the same time, and after they got pregnant, the dog gave birth to a litter of 6 puppies. The dog goes back to the elephant and says, "Elephant, we got pregnant about the same time. I've got 6 puppies. I've got 6 puppies. I've got a litter of 6 puppies. Where is your offspring?" And the elephant laughed and said, "It's coming, it's coming." Another 9 months goes by. The dog gives birth to another 9 puppies, a litter of 9 puppies. And the dog goes back to his friend, the elephant, and says, "Elephant, elephant, elephant. Listen, I gave birth to a litter of 6. And now I've given birth to a litter of 9. Where is your offspring?" The elephant looks back at the dog and says, it's coming. And another 6 months goes by, and the dog, of course, shows back up to the elephant with another 8 puppies. The dog has given birth 3 separate times to a litter of 6, a litter of 9, and a litter of 8 puppies, and goes back to his friend, the elephant. It says, "Elephant, I'm confused. I don't see anything. I don't see any puppy. I don't see any offspring that you've given birth to. Are you sure you're pregnant?" And the elephant says, "Dog, I'm glad you asked. I am sure, I am confident that I'm pregnant. But what you don't understand is I'm not giving birth to a litter. I'm not giving birth to just a little litter of puppies. I'm giving birth to an elephant that takes some time. See, when I give birth, the ground shakes. When I give birth, the world pauses, if not for a moment, to notice what it is that I'm giving birth to. When I give birth, the earth shakes, because it takes months upon months for my elephant to show up." And I want to encourage those of you that have been in the process of giving birth to 6 figures a year. I want to encourage those of you that have been giving birth to 7 figures. I want to encourage those of you that have been pregnant for success for maybe the last 6 months, the last 6 years. And you've got people coming and barking at you when you're giving birth. I want you to let them know you're not pregnant with a dog-sized dream. You're pregnant with an elephant-sized elevation that when you give birth, it will shake the earth. That's how you prosper during a pandemic. God bless you. God bless your families. And God most certainly bless your dreams.
Okay, that was a very inspiring session, Mr. Wilkins. Now, we have some questions here from our listeners. And the first one is asking, um, is business the same in America and Asia? What can we do to break the boundaries and network outside our company?
Great question. Yes, it is. There's obviously always a difference in culture, no matter what continent or country you visit. And remember, culture is in people, not in places. And so what you have to understand is that people are people no matter where you are, whether you're in Afghanistan or whether you are in Austin, Texas. Doesn't matter if you're in Japan or if you're in the Philippines, if you're in South Africa, or even if you're in Texas, where I am in America, people are the same. And so what I would always encourage people to do in terms of networking is find a way to add value. People will always be attracted to you when you are serving them value. And value is defined by something that adds to a person's life. So whether that is you leveraging social media, which brings us all closer together, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform or platforms you use, find a way every single day to be consistent with sharing value, whether it's answering questions, whether it's going live, whether it's just putting information out there that attracts people to you. And I can promise you this, it won't happen overnight in terms of your networking, but it happens night after night. And that's what I've done and what I continue to do. And I don't look for ways to network to get from people. I look for ways to network to give to people. And that's why you're hearing from me today, because we have found a way over these last 16 years to give to people. And obviously this network that we've given to allows for us to step into different associations, just like we're doing today.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Now, another question here is, how did you know that your upline and company is the right one?
Well, that's a good question. You know, it's one of the things that I tell people is that your alignments produce your assignments. And so it's no cookie cutter way to know if you're in the right place. It's a lot of times I tell people it's a feel. When I was looking for the company that we're with now, I was telling many of the friends that we have and a lot of the owners that we were meeting with, I told them I would know it when I feel it. And we've heard people say you'll know it when you see it. I told people I'll know it when you feel it, because the feel creates a certain flow. Now, that flow doesn't mean you won't have challenges. It doesn't mean, things will be perfect. It doesn't mean you won't have disagreements with your sponsor, with your upline, sometimes even with the company in terms of their philosophy. It just means that you're going to be in a place, and I want you guys to write this down. This is how you really know. You know you're in the right company when your strengths are magnified and your weaknesses are hidden. That's how you know you're in the right place for your purpose to be achieved.
Okay, great. And then we have here our last question. It says, I love your energy. How can I be like that?
Well, it's energy. Energy. It comes from finding what fuels you. When you look at a bird doesn't get tired from flying. A bird gets energy from flying. Why? Because that bird is fulfilling what it was designed and created to do. A fish doesn't get tired from swimming. Why? Because it is the swimming that creates the energy for that fish to live. And so for you, all of you looking for energy, I know some people, you market energy products and some of you consume energy products, and those are great. But I can tell you, the thing that fuels my passion, the thing that fuels my energy is really me fulfilling what I know I've been created to do. And I've been created to really what I call deploy and develop leaders. And so network marketing has been kind of my gymnasium for me to work out my life's work and my life's purpose. And so what I would recommend is through your business and through your life, find and identify what fuels you. And it's that fuel that'll give you the energy. Whereas like me, I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. in preparation for this 7:30, 15-minute session we were gonna have. Why? Because I was so excited to come and share with each and every one of you and give you just a deposit of what has been given to me. Because one author taught me a long time ago, our job as leaders is to learn, earn, and return.
All right, so those are very wise words, and I think all of your listeners will be taking home something with them from this session that you have offered us. So, any last words to our listeners?
Yes, one thing I want to give you in terms of a last word is, number one, thank you for your yes. I want to tell you that because many of you that are just getting started and some of you that are just getting going, you have to understand that your yes is the doorway for other people to answer the call on their life and live out their dreams. And so don't take your yes to network marketing. Don't take your yes to your company that you're a part of. Don't take that yes for granted, because there's some people that you don't know yet, people that you've not even met yet. They don't even know your name. You cannot even identify them in a one-person lineup. And I can guarantee you this: 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years, 5 years from now, there will be people that come up to you at different conferences that you're speaking at for your company, and you'll get emails, you'll get inboxes, you'll get letters, you'll get text messages from people that say, thank you for saying yes. Because you said yes, my wife is now retired. Because you said yes to this business, my husband, we've been able to replace his income. He lost his job, but because you said yes, because of your example, we don't have to worry about that. Thank you for your yes. My kids are now, we've taken care of their entire schooling tuition. You're gonna have people say, thank you for your yes. Because of your yes, what it used to take me to earn all year, I make in a month now. And so I want to tell each and every one of you that has listened to this session and the other sessions, thank you for your yes.
All right, thank you very much. And yes, we thank you as well for giving us a lot of beautiful insights. And we do hope to see you again on the next Asian Networkers Convention and Expo.
Absolutely. God bless you guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.